everybody. Welcome back to Living in My Now. Thank you so much for pressing play. Don't forget to like and share this video because everyone needs some encouragement this year. Seems like some people are having a really hard time. And you know that little red box down there? You know you want to hit that subscribe button. You know you do. And then also you want to hit that bell notification because I'm going to be posting bi-weekly. Just this week was a little weird because I had to make a run to Chicago really quick. But as you guys can see, I'm going to talk about my blessing and God, how God blessed me with a new car. So I choose to not say that 2020 was a bad year because it wasn't a bad year for me. Yes, certain things happen, but we have to look at the good things that happen because in life, things are going to do this. We just have to choose how we are going to react to them. So I'm like, my year wasn't that bad at all. And hopefully your year isn't that bad either, no matter what the circumstances are, that you can find joy and goodness in this year. So, anyways, I named my cars. So I had this beautiful Nissan Altima that I loved, and I named my cars, and his name was Sonic. And Sonic was great. Was super fast. Like he went from 0 to 60 like blue. So his name was Sonic. And then I was driving around Sonic and I took him to a mechanic because he was having some problems. And my subframe was rusting really, really bad. I just bought this car a year and a half ago and I'm just like, I do not, for whatever reason, I get these weird cars. Doesn't matter if I have a mechanic with me or not, they're just weird. So I'm like, oh Lord, okay. And then there's, okay, so you have your frame of your car, your frame, and then there's these little squares that hold like that's these welded squares that hold like the mechanism to your wheels. It holds your wheels onto the frame basically and all those gadgets and stuff. Whatever. If I think of the name, I'll put it somewhere in the video. But my front passenger side was rusting out. And the guy was telling me that that's not going to last very much longer. So he's like, you need to just get a completely different car. So thank God it worked out where I sold Sonic and I wound up finding out from my mechanics that there was this older man who took very good care of his car and he was selling it for a super reasonable price. So I was like, okay, Lord, am I going to get this vehicle? And I just felt okay about it. So I went ahead and bought the car. The couple was incredible, beautiful, wonderful, older Christian couple. Sold the car to me. He's like, if you ever have any problems or if like it needs a repair, because it had 150,000 miles on it. I typically don't get cars with that many miles on them because they start having problems at that marker. So I typically don't, but I took it to two mechanics. They said it was very solid. This was back in May. So I'm excited because I'm like, I was able to sell the old car right away, Sonic, and then I have Grandpa. At first his name was Atrexa, but I was like, no, this car's more like a grandpa. So now I have Grandpa. And I'm driving around. Everything's great. A couple steps I need anything, let them know. Anytime I see them, they're always so sweet. And fast forward to like maybe the first week of October, second week of October, I'm sorry. And I noticed like Grandpa started shaking a lot. Well, grandpas do that. But Grandpa started shaking a lot. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on with Grandpa? You know, he was just solid, like from two mechanics in May. Now it's in October. He want to act up, have geriatric issues or something. So I took him in, and there was $2,800 worth of work that needed to be done, and it needed to be done fairly soon. It's not like I could have stretched it out. He said within the 2 months at the most, everything needs to be done because it'll become a huge safety issue. And I'm like, lovely. And then I found that on Thursday. And then that Monday, I lost my job. So I'm like, oh, I really don't have the money now to do this. So I'm just like, Lord, what do I do? So I remembered that my wonderful college, thank you, Alicia, thank you, Inver Hills Community College, you guys are amazing. They have a kindness fund that if you have an emergency, that you can tap into those funds. So I was granted the maximum amount because I had never used the funds and I really needed them because I need my vehicle to get back and forth to work. And so I wound up getting the maximum amount of the grant, which was like $750. And then I'm like, okay, but I still need the rest of this money. My mom kept telling me, because the couple that I bought the car from kept saying, like, if you need anything fixed that you can't afford, let us know and we'll will keep the money that you paid for the car with to help you with repairs. And my mom's like, just call them and do it. I'm like, nope, I'm trusting God. I don't feel peace about calling them to fix this. I'm going to exhaust all my options. And if the Lord gives me peace about calling them after that, then I will do that. So a wonderful advisor, Alicia, gave me this list of mechanics to call. And most of them were outside of my area because they service people through different counties and different areas. And only a few of them were in my area. So Lift Garage, you are amazing. In Minneapolis, you guys are wonderful. You guys are a blessing because, again, the work was $2,800. So I took it to Lift Garage. Lift Garage goes by your income. The issue is they're typically 2 months out. And I'm like, I'm in a position where potentially I'm going to be looking for another job. And I was like, I need my vehicle. So I went online to schedule. When I tell you that I looked online on Thursday, not on Thursday, on Monday, and they had an opening on Thursday, that's how it happened. That's how God worked that out. I'm like, this was meant to be. God worked that out. So I took the car in. They had to do another inspection. They found a couple more things wrong with the car. And I'm like, okay. So they kept the car for a total of 2 days, potentially. And they fixed the car. Everything was great. With all of the grants and everything else that I qualified for, which is a blessing. Thank you, Sita, for taking me, and Sylvia for taking me back and forth to mess around with that car. Grandpa got fixed for under $500. And that, well, no, it was about $500. And that was the Lord. So $2,800 versus about $500. That was the Lord. That was completely the Lord. And no matter what you're going through, whatever your circumstance, whatever you feel like you're going through, God is there. That doesn't mean you can't talk to him and cry to him and just say you're frustrated, because that is okay. But just know God is going to help you out of whatever it is. So right now, as far as a job, I'm going to make a whole nother video about that once certain things are in place. But long story short, I was wrongfully terminated from my job. So we will see what the Lord does with that. And until a couple more things fall in place, I won't make the video about what happened. But I will say that God showed me when that door closed, a completely different door that I'm about to walk through now. And it's going to be so much better than that door and the other doors that were open before. But I was about to get into that whole story. I'm not going to in this video. But I want you guys to know God is going to take care of you. I'm going to link a verse below that has helped me. It's Matthew chapter 6, verses 25 through 34. And it just basically, I claim that promise that God, you said you're going to take care of me. And anytime I'm going through a hard time, I go to that verse and say, God, you promised you're going to take care of me. And he does every single time. So I just want to share that blessing with you guys. I want you guys to, let's chat it up in the comments below. Tell me of a time that God helped you and pulled you through a difficult circumstance. Because, yeah, where I live in Minnesota, you definitely need a car to get around to work. So be sure to do that. I do this whole process. I got to meet 2 Uber drivers that I kind of got to witness to a little bit. So that was a blessing. You just never know what God's going to do in certain circumstances. So again, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Chat it up below. I want to hear how God has helped you guys out of certain difficult circumstances. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving. It's going to be great. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.